Good morning and welcome everybody to Earbleed Simulator. We are kind of surrounded by a bunch of zombies. It's been a while since I've played and I completely forgot that the entire downstairs area or section has been commandeered by a ton of zombies. And I'm not really sure what the best play here is, right? I could easily just jump down, start swinging my bat, swinging my baton and seeing what I can do, but I'm pretty sure that's a feral right there. And I don't know how good I feel about them, or whether or not I could actually outrun slash fight them. I'm out of bullets. Oh, I'm just gonna kind of stand here and see what I can do in terms of damage wise, and see if I can thin out the horde. So he wasn't a feral, which is pretty great news. I want to at some point put something down here so that I can one either see from above and kind of judge my attacks well, and two, be able to get rid of them before morning comes and I have to deal with a horde like this. It wasn't really a horde; it was just a lot of zombies that kind of piled up. I think the screamer or whatever new zombie it was kind of went somewhere else after the night ended. I know I saw one down here, but I don't see them anymore. So, what are the goals for really the next day and a half, 2 days? Right now, we're going to go out and we're going to basically collect a bunch of resources, come back here, and figure out how we want to convert this into a horde base. What I'm thinking is I'm going to change what I thought last time and just kind of a new perspective here. Instead of putting it there because that's where my stairs are, I'm going to put it there, or hear me out. It's going to go on this side and it's going to gap over both of these fences into this like little courtyard area, and that may help me not I guess avoid putting stuff over there. But also at the same time we could have one coming this way and then one coming this way. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure of the designs. It's going to be pretty simple. It's going to be pretty bare bones. It's just going to last us for this one horde night. I just need a bunch of resources. Mainly, I'm thinking we're going to need roughly 1,000 cobblestone because that would make 100 blocks if I'm not mistaken. So I think that should be enough for us to actually do what we need to do. I don't know really how interesting most of today will be. So I'm going to do a lot of the mining off camera. If I can just get the bike to turn around, I'm going to do most of the mining off camera. Probably do maybe a quest here and there, maybe something to kind of keep this entertaining. But for the most part, I'm going to combine today and tomorrow into the same video. And basically, this video we're going to be taking on the 7-day horde. I don't know how well it's going to turn out. I'm hoping for the best, but we will see what ends up happening, I guess. I'll probably turn this little spot, this little dig site into my digs. Nope. No, thank you. My heart just dropped into my balls. That was. Oh, oh, you stuck? Are you stuck there, boy? You stuck there, buddy boy? I'll take advantage of that. What was that? He's stuck. Okay, missed my shot. Let's try this again. Let's make this little loaded son of a bitch. Cool. Second shot. I think I hit. I saw some blood. I don't really know. I hope you guys are doing good. I've been having not necessarily a rough time the past few days, but things really aren't that great. If I'm being honest. Ooh. I need one more. I need one more, and then we'll be a okay. Do I have to access it from this side? Is there another dog? Nope. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to turn this area into my dig site. Basically mine up all this stuff, mainly because it's close to base, and it should provide us with basically all of the clay that we need. So, I guess without further ado, we didn't get shit out of there, so let's start digging. Let me kind of do some calculations first. So it's a 1-to-1 for both stone and clay, which means I just need to collect 1,000 stone and 1,000 clay, which I say that like it's going to be the easiest thing ever. It's not. We did get we got 2 skill points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Miner 69er. I think that's what this one is. Stamina reduced. Yep. And then I'm also I'm also going to go into Mother Load. I think those are 2 points that I almost always get, regardless of whether I'm playing, just a normal game or if I'm trying to go into a specific character or, what have you. I think those are definitely good uses of points, in my opinion, obviously. I'm all about the efficiency, and if I can waste 2 points to get, a little bit more efficient mining, then so be it. Why not do it? Why not do it? You know what I mean? Okay. Somehow, literally only like 5 minutes has passed, and we've basically got 1,500. So I'm going to kind of round that up to that 1,500 point, and that should be in like the next 3 or 4 scoops, and then we're gonna go find some rocks. I don't think we can. There we go. I don't think there's any big rocks like back in the olden days of this game. No, like there used to be mounds of rocks here and there, and I think those have, for the most part, been phased out. Ooh, is that iron? If this is an iron deposit right here, oh baby, we're rich. We're so rich. Oh, this is so amazing. Boom. Boom. Okay. What was I saying? No, mounds of rocks. I think they've now been turned into dirt. If you try to mine them, they're literally just dirt. So we got to find rocks like this that are. Oh, I guess I already smacked that one. So that one only gave us 9. Does it give us 9 per hit, or is it just 9 per breakage? So it gives us 26. That is abysmal. I think a better use of our time is to just dig into this pit right here and see if we can't just make it down to a stone layer and then start mining from there. I think that's probably the best course of action, in my opinion. IMO. Just saying, guys. IMO. Ooh, some more honey. Too bad somebody cheated. I don't know who, but somebody cheated, and now there's no need for a cure. Crazy, huh? We got some visitors. You want to come work in my mine, huh? You want to come down here? You want to work in a mine? It's a pretty nice place. If I'm being honest, it's got a few dead bodies, but I think you'd like it down there. No? Fuck you, you little bitch. Ooh, you weave my first hit and then you hit me again? Rude neighbors. Come on. Okay, can I find... Is that stone? No, somehow that's dirt. I don't I don't get the textures in this game sometimes. Love this game to pieces. Textures don't make sense sometimes. It's crazy. It's incredible, honestly. It is quite remarkable. Okay. We finally made it to the stone layer. This should be a little bit more efficient. At the very least, we're not just getting 26 per boulder, which makes me feel a little bit good. So we'll turn this into our little stone mine for now. We got actually a level, so let us go like Let me review for a second. It's been a while, so I don't really know what I'm looking at. So give me 2 seconds. I think at the very beginning I said that I wanted to go into agility and was it fortitude? Or did I say I wanted to go into strength? I didn't say I was going into intellect. I know that for a fact. Maybe it was perception. I don't know. The most points I'm seeing are in agility, and I don't have any other points. So maybe we make the distinction now and we just say that we're going to go into strength and agility. I think those are kind of not to toot my own horn. Those are the best ones so far, thus far, in my opinion. I feel like these are, for the most part, the easiest ones to work with because they're kind of all arounders. You get the benefit of stamina regeneration from agility and faster hitting and stuff like that, but also shotguns. Enough said about strength. Shotguns all the way, 100%, baby. It is the only way for me to play this game. Okay, so our little hole came across pretty good. I'm probably gonna keep digging down and then maybe just mine out what's under here. I'm not entirely sure how structural integrity works when it comes to ground level buildings. I thought that was like something over there. I don't know what that was. But I think we should have what we need here for the time being at the very least. We've got 1500. That should be 150 blocks by themselves, plus the 26 that we already had. So 170, we'll say, or 171, obviously. I want to say that's going to be enough. However, knowing how I build and how things usually end up going for me, I'm going to do a rough outline of what this is going to look like, and then we'll kind of go from there. Because I don't have any stone. I don't really want to spend all this time trying to craft up all of this stuff, only to find out that come midnight of today, I actually don't have enough to do what I needed to do. So, oops, go like that. I need some wood because I think I'm going to try to lay this out. How many frames do we already have? 29. So if I build another 150 frame shapes, we'll be able to get a good idea of what this is going to look like. Is it worth hitting those over a tree? What am I getting? Like 4 to 5 each time? I'm like getting one maybe every other swing. That's not worth it. Okay, we'll smack down some of these trees. We'll also take the acorns and go plant them over by the fire station and start a little what's the word for it? Nursery, a little tree nursery. Well, I don't know why that took so long to come to me, but it just wasn't there. The words weren't coming to my brain, so apologies for that. Ooh, and we got lead right here. That's actually really good. The only thing that would make that even better is if we just somehow had, literally was going to say if we had nitrate right there too. Okay, so this actually might be a pretty good place to set up shop for at least a while. Maybe when we get the mini bike, we can, how do you spell nitrate? Nitrate. Maybe when we get the mini bike, we can actually start doing trips outward, and that way we can actually keep this as like a pseudo home of operations, base of operations. I don't think we're very central to the map. We actually might be. The center is about here-ish, give or take, around this area. So not really the center of the map, but a decent place to actually branch out, given that we've got the winter biome there, snow biome, not winter biome. And I'm assuming we're going to have something to the south of us that's not just the snow biome. I'm really hoping that we can find the desert at some point soon. I want to avoid the burned biome at all costs. I mean, honestly, at any point we will never. At any point we will never. At no point will we be going to the burned biome. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say, but at no point will we be going and spending excessive amounts of time in the burned biome. I think if we find a good city in the burned biome, we can kind of check it out, put a forward operating base, as one might say, out there and kind of do some stuff. Whoa, I just saw your roots, boy. But in general, I don't think it's really worth spending a ton of time out there because it's really not much better than just being here in the pine forest, and it just looks better being in the pine forest. The burned biome just feels like a downgrade from the wasteland, and that's just not how we work. That's not how we function here. This little patch right here at the end of the road, I think would be a perfect place for our nursery. There's another iron node there. Did they increase the spawns of those? Because, like, I've been playing this game for a long time, right? There was a considerable gap between basically when I first got my PC and when I started playing this game again. Around the same time I started dating my girlfriend, so like 4, 5-ish years ago. I didn't pick up this game again until I got a good PC that could, the game isn't heavy, but I want a good PC, obviously. So there was probably 4 or 5 years in between where I didn't actually play this game. I didn't touch it. The first ever time that I actually did play this game was on console, and it was on my PS4. And I remember getting this game, not necessarily when it first came out, obviously. I think the PS4 came out in 20. Ooh, damn. I actually don't know when the PlayStation came out, but I got like not a day one edition, but basically one of the first models that came out. Still works to this day. Crazy. Sounds like it's going to take flight, but I digress. It still works. So I've kind of seen this game in the multiple different forms that it has taken, and I honestly can say that there has never been a time where I haven't loved this game. Looking back on how it looked before, it definitely looks so much better now. Like leaps and bounds, it looks phenomenal now, especially with the recent 1.0 update that they released to console as well. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful game. It deserves all of the love that it gets now. But I've seen it progress over the years, and I think it's one of those games that somehow is just stuck with me, and I've never found a game that kind of scratches the same itch that this one does, because I've always wanted a base building zombie survival game, and this one does it. Given not great graphics, and sometimes things can be a little bit janky, but it does it flawlessly. It does it really great, and with I think a really small team. I'm not entirely sure of how big the Fun Pimps team is actually, but I'm pretty sure it's a small team, and they do phenomenal work. And I just saw that they're about to do a 2.0 update, which adds new environments, new weather, new enemies, new enemy types, and that looks crazy. That looks amazing. I'm actually super excited for it. And it kind of baffles me that to this day, I've played this game. I've got almost 400 hours on Steam, and I'm sure if I looked on console, it's about 400 as well. So I put my fair share of time into this game. Nowhere near some people with Rust or some people with whatever games they like, but it's still a considerable amount for me, and that kind of, I feel like, lends to how I play the game. I'm still fucking garbage at it, but oh! See, like that, just like that. It's just me, a silly guy, playing a silly game, doing silly stuff. So problem so far is that is a block that comes out, so we will have to kind of destroy that. Unfortunately, as much as I did not want. Alternatively, we could build on top of it, but that just feels like not the correct move to do. So I'm going to get back up there and see if we can actually build this thing proper. Like maybe I'll even fix that corner at some point. I don't know. Where was it? Oh my goodness. What is going on with me today? I am just gotta get myself together. Maybe what we do, if we go inside, maybe what we do is build it out of this room here and go straight through the window like this. Gather wood complete. Did my challenges? No, they didn't. Okay. Weird. I don't know why that said that. Okay. Well, what if we built it out of this room? I think that's actually a decent option, because at least this way, this can just be for now. This can be totally temporary until we get some kind of better mining tool, or at least wood chopping tool or something. Until we get something that's better than what we're currently working with, I think this would actually be a decent alternative. So if we go, I don't know how people turn the opposite direction. How do you do that? Oh, if you click, this entire time I had no clue that if you hit R, it rotated it the other direction. That is absolute news to me. That is insane. I've played this for how long, and I didn't know that. Oh, it's got a lip. Okay. I think it can still work. I think it can still work. So I can place something here. What if I did something like not that? Where are the sheets? There's the sheet. If we did that, and then what we could do is have kind of like a step out, and this will be more or less where we fight the zombies from. I don't know why I'm trying to cancel that. So we'll walk into the actual position here, and it will have more or less. We'll go like boom, boom. Yeah. And then bada, boom, a bow. And then here, we can't put anything on top of this. But if we went here and here, we have plenty of coverage on the sides. And then we can bring it out a little bit more like so. And then here we can go in. And here we can go in. And then here we'll just kind of have the fighting position where we will go like this, maybe advanced rotation, like so I think I like doing it like this. That way I've got a little bit of something here for me, and then the zombies can't necessarily climb or get on top of that. If I copy, I actually want to turn this into a gate. Can I rotate it like so? Whoops. Like that. And then like that. That looks clean. That looks good. This actually looks kind of good. Okay. And then from here, we can just add a my problem with this is that we're not going to be able to put anything in between that, right? So what if instead of putting these here, we actually did something more like that. Oop, that. And then a bam. Oh, bye. Oh, we can then go like that, because then zombies can't get through that spot or that spot. This would also make it so that I can go ahead and copy shape, copy rotation, go like this, and this should, in theory, be able to clip like that. So then we've got a little bit of space here. We've got a spot here. I'm not going to be able to swing that. Mainly because there's not going to be a way for me to attack whatever zombie that comes down like that. Or comes down low there. I've heard that scaffolding ladders are shoot-throughable. But also so are bars. But I would like something that we can maybe not shoot through. But I think for now, we can do bars here. And then we can get that right there. God, learning that R rotates it the opposite direction is the biggest game changer ever. I'm going to hop down here, and we're going to grab same pole. Honestly, I think this is like the most OP block, because then you can go like this and boop, boop, 3, 4, I think 5 or 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. 6 out. And then this is where you would basically make the stairs going up or ladder going up. I think in this case, maybe the easier one would just to go like something like this, where, oops, We can go, make sure this is actually underneath it. Go like that. And then instead of having stairs, I'm going to go ahead and go like this. Oh, I've done this before and it was a mistake. But let's actually go like this. And we'll bring this back one or two more. I think one should be fine for a day 7 horde. But we'll go like this. It will make sort of this like weird T motion, right? And then we will add the ladders, the square ladders, kind of not necessarily my favorite, but I think they're the most standout of the bunch. Go like that, and we'll make basically this entire side out of ladders. And then what we'll do up here is once they hit this landing, we should be just completely ramping them into this corner section here, right? So that would mean going a bow, and then somehow that wasn't the next rotation, and then we go like a bow. Ooh, wait, I messed up. We actually have to basically copy the square, and we'll need to go like that in those corners. Then we'll pull the ramp back out, and we'll go a bow. Interesting that it like does, it feels like that was completely random. And then we'll go like this, and then we'll copy the rotation. And then from here, they would just walk up, do. Ooh, that's not what I want. Okay. So on the outside here, I think it would probably be in our best desire to actually run with the slightly off-centered pole. And what we can do here is if we rotate it in the correct direction, this theoretically should stop them from going under. And if they do go under, this one's going to prevent them from coming all the way through. I don't know if that's true. I don't believe they can fit through that kind of gap. This may be an issue for myself because, man, do I just kind of like mess around too much. But these poles I really like. If I don't run with those ones, I really like these pillars. I don't know why they're pillars, but they're nice. These ones are actually really good. Mainly for things like this where you're trying to block off a certain section. Here. If you're trying to block off a certain section like this, I usually go ahead and use these. But you see, they kind of leave a lot more space, and that isn't always a good thing. Do we have a 0.5, 0.05? There we go. Oh, that was actually perfect. So I usually go like this, and that, I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe most of the times this will block any zombie dogs that come through, or forced crouch walkers, I guess, from coming through the bottom of the piece. Sometimes building with these kind of pieces is a little difficult because you don't really know where they're lining up exactly. But I think that should actually work in our favor. What I do want to do is exchange these pieces out and do ramps. Ramps there. And I guess, honestly, here as well. So we'll just slope everything in like so. Wait, how did that side? Oh wait, no, I put it in the wrong spot. Boom, just like so. And then as per usual, you always want to put a ramp on top of everything, which means I may not actually be able to put it up here. Because then, right, if zombie comes up, it's banging, it's banging. That needs to actually move. Oh, right, actually that works perfect. And just like that, that's what I would like them to do. Is kind of just bounce off. Cool. That looks super jank. That looks super whack. I'm not a huge fan of how it's disconnected there. I'll have to make some changes, but the bones are here. The bones are here. We didn't actually use that many blocks, which is actually really cool. I would say 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16. I would say roughly 100 if I had to guess. But yeah, that's more or less the kind of design I go for on day one. Give or take some adjustments. Obviously, I don't always go with the same design, especially for the actual opening where I'm fighting from. But in general, I do a mix match of either ladders. I think ladders are a little bit more efficient in terms of getting them up here faster. But then here, I almost always do this same exact design for the wall, for the, I guess, the window, not necessarily the wall. This gives me enough space so that I can actually stab them in the head, or oh, maybe I built this wrong. I think I built this wrong. I can stab here, or I can stab here, which I think is more or less what I do anyways. Yeah, I think this should be fine. And then if something's down here, obviously can't really do a whole lot. I'll probably have one of the pistols with me because we've got a decent amount of bullets. We've also got 7.62 and shotgun. So if worse comes to worse, if there's a dog, we can shoot through this. I think it's the bars. I think we can shoot through them. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure we can shoot through them. Do we want to test it? Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. So we can shoot through it. So if a dog comes up, we can take care of it pretty easily. If somebody goes into crawler mode, we can take care of it pretty easily. I don't necessarily think that we need this much protection in the front, but it's better to be safe than sorry. A couple adjustments I do want to make is making this look a little bit prettier. So instead of doing that, we do something like, honestly, I don't have anything else other than like just a block to put there. if I'm being completely honest with you. We could, yeah. I'm just going to bite it and say that perfection is not going to be the killer of fun right now. And we're just going to flatten that all out. And then here on the top, we can place some of these. I'm mainly putting sheets here because if we look at it from down here, this gives us the illusion that there's, that may be a difficulty. This gives us the illusion that there's a little bit more space here than there actually is. Can I not place? I can't place it there. Is it because of this block? Oh, that sucks. Okay. Honestly, I don't really care. That should be fine. This should actually work perfectly fine. Fix that up. Fix that. Fix this. Fix that. And it's time to grab our test dummy. Can I go ahead and do something like this and place it like somehow above it? Like at all? Oh, those are letter. Oh, that okay. So that's why I couldn't place it here is because these are like concrete letters. Oh no. Oh no. So it's either break the letter or break this thing here. I think we'll probably break the letter at some point. I would like to test this out though and see if we can get a zombie to actually pathfind its way over here. But it doesn't look like we've got anybody anywhere. So let's go find somebody. Hi, bud. You want to come try out a fun house with me? You want to come try a fun house? Come on. Come through the door. Come through the door. Come through the window, I mean. Come on. Come on. There you go. You coming? Yeah, he's coming. He's coming real slowly, though. That's okay. We can take our time. Okay, while he's coming this way, I think he is. I'm going to grab a hammer so that we can start kind of cementing some of these blocks into place. Cementing meaning actually just, cobblestoning it, not actually cementing. Now, where are you going to pathfind to? Please come up the ladder. Please come up the ladder. Okay, cool. It looks like he's coming up here. As best as I can tell. Yeah. Cool. And then he should just walk across and then try to beat on our stuff, and we'll just gank him right when he gets here. What's up, buddy? You like my new base? It's pretty cool, huh? But it's not for you. It's not for you. Did they buff this thing? It feels really decent. It feels chunky. The couple shots I've hit with it actually feel pretty good. We don't have any wood. Okay. I'm gonna grab some more wood, and then we'll kind of go about, I guess, getting this set up? Question mark? Not set up, but like cemented into place, cobblestoned into place, in a place where we can actually use it for survival, not just for fun. I've gone and gotten 1,015 wood. This will be a good indicator of how much cobble we actually need. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to basically get a lot of these main pieces done. And I don't think we need to go cobble for this back spot, right? I think cobble needs to be saved for the actual fighting spot where we're doing a lot of the damage, where zombies are going to be inevitably attacking, and then for the actual route that they're going to be taking. So probably this middle piece that's going all the way across, anything supporting us down there. I also think that we should most likely actually connect this all the way down to the ground. I think that would be a good idea, wouldn't you? Let's be fancy with it. Let's go a little fancy. Let's do something like that. That'd be kind of fan. Imagine this entire thing just fell. I'd be so mad. I would be so mad. Okay. Anyways, let's carry on. We used, so we had 1,000. Now we've got 14. That's about 85 blocks. Okay, so we got plenty of cobblestone. We have plenty of cobblestone. So let's go ahead and go through and bop all this up and make sure that it is all ready for the zombies. I don't think I've ever made it so that this spot is also a drop. That's actually interesting. I don't recall ever making a design like that. But if it works, it works. So on this side, I don't think we necessarily need to turn most of this into cobblestone, but I'm going to turn this main middle ladder section into cobblestone. And then I'm also going to, from 3 blocks up, go all the way down like this and make sure that this section's cobblestone. Because let's be honest, we're not going to get anything that's going to do a ton of damage, but we're probably going to get some zombies that are a little bit angry customers, and they're going to want their Krabby Patties, they're going to want their Shake Shack, and we need to make sure that, they don't just come barging through our doors and breaking all the shit that we got. So, I think that should just about do it. I do think that these should be cobblestone as well, just to be safe, And I missed a spot here and here. Okay. Honestly, this is probably the fastest I've ever built a horde base. I don't know why it usually takes me so long, but it does. So, yeah. Okay, now that we've done the preliminary build, I think we can call it good for tonight and then set out and figure out some stuff that we need to accomplish before nightfall tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys in the morning. Well, maybe the night's not over. I just got two screamers that came up out of nowhere. They sound totally different. They're also giant and still screaming, and I don't have a great way to silence them, unfortunately. I'm gonna hope that this can actually stay true, and maybe we can get them out of here. Sick. One down, one to go. Probably another one on the way somewhere, if I had to guess. Oh. So we've already found one flaw, and that is that I can't reach. Well, that sucks. Okay. Let me run back to my stuff and grab all of the ammo we have and grab these pistols because, oh my god, this is going to be a tough one. Not really tough. Tough isn't the correct wordage here. This is going to be a rough one if we can't actually even reach them. Okay. Ideally, I would like to save most of these bullets for the actual screamer, but, you know. Oh, okay, so they can still get through. Interesting. Where's the screamer, though? There she is. No? I don't know where she went. You know, I didn't claim that this was like the best thing ever, but it is a bit frightening that they're not all actually coming here. And unfortunately, I don't have the ammo to even try to do a gun-based zombie horde. Or correction, gun-based zombie horde base. So this is more of a spear base, unfortunately. I think this needs to go here. And then we just need to put a block inside it. Yeah. I think that's what's blocking it here. Is just this piece right here. Which should be a pretty easy and quick fix. Thankfully, I'm not missing too many shots, which means bullet conservation for the win. Okay, cool. Well, I guess we kind of got a good test look at what this base is going to look like. And what I just need to do is remove this block here because I think we're just a hair too far back. So I'm going to remove this, make some adjustments. Because those outside ones are outside, wouldn't you know? I could probably move them just like a half a block in or a quarter block in. And then that should, fingers crossed, actually solve all of my issues here. Because we can reach just fine with longer tools, but I want to be able to use the knife. Because I think the knife is going to be what determines how this is going to play out for the rest of the night. So, with that gone, let's grab this. Let's go ahead and copy rotation and shape. And I'm going to have to figure some stuff out. So I'll bring you guys back in the morning, basically, when everything's all solidified. Good morning, everybody. I've made a couple adjustments. So here you can see that this is pushed back one, and there's also another fence, or not a fence, another bar there, and then I've just split this block. What the heck? My game may not be in a good state. That's a little scary. Okay, anyways, while I'm testing this out, so I've made a couple adjustments. One, we've now got an escape route out this way. It just leads kind of to the back area where we can, I didn't realize that there was actually a hole there. we'll patch that out some other time. But we can just hop back out here, get out of here if we need to, or if we need to make a quick entrance back into here after making adjustments, we can do so. So what this is going to do is, I don't have any wood. So this is an attempt on my part to prevent zombies from being forced into crouching and then sliding under something like this. Unfortunately, I don't really know another way to do this, and I feel like this is probably the best or safest option to do this and have this one in the middle, this one just out there. Unfortunately, that means anytime we need to do any lower attacking. Oh, well, okay. So I guess we have to aim pretty high for this if we want to use it, or aim for the body shots like that. But basically, I'm kind of torn. I don't know if I want to keep this here or not. But what I'm trying to do right now is prevent as much slipping through as possible. So there was kind of two options. Let's actually go like this real quick. Let's grab this and rotate it just like so. And then we'll go up as far as we can. That can't go there? For why? For what reason? Okay, then we'll just go like that. Oh. Oh. It's super janky, but I guess that kind of works. So, what was I saying? So I don't know if I want to keep that there. The basics of this idea is that I want to prevent zombies from being forced into crouching and then sliding through holes. From what I've been able to see, they can't slide through anything that is half a block wide. Hopefully. I don't know if that's true or not, or if I'm just pulling that out of my ass. But essentially, I'm just trying to prevent that. So the best I can, I'm trying to find the best blocks that will be able to prevent that while also providing as much space for us to attack as possible. And originally, or what I usually go with, since I don't have any wood to repair that, what I usually go with is something that looks a little bit, whoops, like this. And I'll put it something like this, and then, you know, then I have like full cup. Cool. I have basically full coverage of this spot here, and they can't really jump up there, and it kind of adds another block below this. But the issue here is that they can squeeze through this gap. I may be safe if I do something like this and then add like something like I'm getting my controls mixed up between games. But if we did that, right, and then we also did something to the effect of this here. So on the inside on here, we did something like that. I feel like could help, and we'd still be able to hit pretty well. We'd still kind of be able to hit that mid-level, but then we'd have to use some kind of bow or some kind of ammo in general to be able to hit anything that's a crawler. Hopefully it would end up falling off. Obviously this is a work in progress. I'm not entirely sure if I like this. I feel like for the most part, I don't think I can actually, I can, okay. So maybe, I don't know. It's tough. I think I'm going to leave it like this for now. If we run into any issues, we can kind of solve them at that point. And I don't know, this will be kind of like a trial run of what could possibly happen if we left it. For now, today is all about ensuring that we have the proper amount of loot, the proper amount of ammo, and the proper amount of really anything we need to survive this Hoard night. And what that means is we're going to have to go on a little bit of a looting spree and or blow some money with the trader, making sure that we have, god damn it, go down. Jesus, I'm trying to talk my way through this, guys. Anyways, as I was saying, we may need to go to trader and buy some ammo of some sort just in case things go haywire. But we also don't necessarily have anything good. I can make a pipe rifle. That's not that big of an issue. but essentially we're still just with pipes and stuff like that. So I would like to feel safe and be safe. And it seems like there's a tendency for zombies to go up here and do some stuff. So what I'll do is quickly just throw something together. Looks a little wonky, but I think this will prevent them from climbing up there and stuff like that. It would also prevent any, maybe it wouldn't, any jumpers from getting up here. I'm really hoping that they don't try to climb into that hole, but we'll figure that out tonight. Anyways, do you think we could pick? We don't have any lockpicks. Okay, let me go drop off some of the stuff I have in my inventory real quick, and then we'll kind of venture out and see what we can find and or what we can scavenge so that we can survive this horde night. And I think I'll get rid of this too. I also went ahead and I created a couple more crop plots, and because we're running low on food and I want to get some more corn going, I've got corn and I've got some potatoes. I also threw a skill point into living off of the land just so that we can get a little bit more something bang for our buck from the very few seeds we have. I think what this will allow us to do, right, is if we have this gatherer and we collect more from these crop plots or from these plants or whatever, I think we could be able to get more seeds, which means we can kind of expand from here and do something a little bit better. My goal right now is to head over to Trader Recht and see what he has, and then from there we may just take some quick stops elsewhere to see if we can scavenge something, really anything from somewhere. Where did my bike go? It's over here. Because right now we're looking for ammo, and we're hopefully looking for some kind of weapon or some kind of gun, of any sort, really, if I'm being completely straight with you. Let me grab these because I need the raw flesh. Cool beans. Do I have anything in the bike? No, I don't. Okay. Let's go to Trader Recht and see what he's got for us. Have we taken on this police station? Oh. I don't believe that we have. Oh, that was another knife. Okay. I will take that. Thank you, my Lord and Savior, games. I'm going to peek through here and just see if we can find, like, anything of substance. Or if it's all going to be a bunch of hoopla. Man, so far only a few shotgun shells were, like, really the most of our successes. And then I bought a couple things out of the vending machine. It really, not a whole lot here. I know this should be, yeah, where the last of the loot is. Do we try to get in there, or do we just kind of cut our losses? Let's see what's out here. I don't have a gun on me, unfortunately, so if we get run up on by a dog, it's probably GG's. Probably GG's for us, huh? What we can do, let's be a little cheeky here, is just run the perimeter. See if we can find anything out of the unusual. Oh. Are you coming after me, or are you going to stay in the sky? You better stay in the sky. Crazy that didn't actually kill you. Neither did that. Okay. You're a resilient one there, aren't you? We're level 19 now. Okay. Popped you a couple times. What I'm seeing is that my bow skill just needs some work. Okay, so there is a dog here of some kind. Whether it's actually here or... Hi, puppers. Sorry, bud. I don't mean to do that. I like dogs. I like dogs. You think I can hit this? Oh, so close. Okay. Not gonna waste my arrows on it. This feels super sketch. I don't want to get hurt the day before or literally the night of Hoard night. So I'm trying to play this as careful as possible. Not sure where that bird went and not really seeing anything else up here. Oh, there's two of them up here. Okay. Keep my distance. That's one down. And there's the cop. Give him a little love tap. What I'm hoping is that he blows up. Come on, blow up for me, Betty. Blow up for me, buddy. Okay, can I not aim this freaking bow, man? Oh, okay. A feral white is not something you want to see. Okay. So I think we're done here. I think we're done here. Just for the time being, at least. I don't think I can take on a feral white, at least not at this point in time. Not with anything other than, you know, an actual weapon. Cool. He's dead. I've got 14 arrows to my name. I can make a few more. Okay, let me back up a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can actually just take him out with a bow and arrow. Probably very unlikely, but it can still happen. There he is, there he is, there he is. Yeah, just keep attacking. Just keep attacking it. Yeah. Okay? If these arrows would actually, like, hit you, my friend. I'm not trying to be a little weenie about this, but I feel like it just would be a bad idea to try to attack him any other way. Dog, can I, like, hit something here, please? And we're out of ammo. Let's run out here and grab this. Okay, he's chilled out. I'm sweaty. I don't know why that was so nerve-wracking for me. Okay, can you please make it worth it? And vehicle adventures. I mean, I guess I'll take it. You took like 40 of my fucking arrows to take down, but you know, whatever. That's okay. I'll take it. Honestly, I will take it. Anything is better than nothing. So let's go up here. Oh, never mind. We can't go up there. I think that was all of the actual like last guys in there. Ooh. That's good? Question mark? Crit resist. Yep. Light armor, stamina, mobility, noise increase. Okay. I'll wear that. Cuz this one gives me one more carrying capacity and heavy armor. We'll hold off. We'll hold on to this one for now. Was there anything in here? No, this brought us to the roof, which then we just walked down into there from here. And are we positive that that was everything? I'm hoping so. Otherwise, I'm kind of screwed. Otherwise, I am kind of screwed. Walk through here, just gotta make sure. I don't. I'm shaking right now. Learn how to jump and land quietly. Learn to save a life. Nice. Okay, cool. That unlocks this door, which brings us outside. Cool. Just double checking. I'm gonna check every. Oh, whatever that sound was, the cicadas scared the shit out of me. Don't know why. Don't know why. It just did. Okay. Let us now actually enjoy the spoils of this god awful war. So far, nothing really that promising. We'll have to come back in here with some loot picks, lock picks, and open up that reinforced box. But until then, I guess we're going to have to deal with what we've got here. Do I have anything that improves our... No, I don't, unfortunately. Why couldn't it have been a forged ahead? Man. Okay, that's fine. Gun store box, and we get pipe machine gun. I can make a better one. Quality 4, look at that. And then explosives and a bone knife. Do we get this in 2 tries? Try 1. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we got an intellect mod. I don't really care about that. Sure, we'll have to take it. Tube extender. Extend how much ammo your shotgun holds. Okay, that's pretty cool. A time charge and a med kit. I think that's our first med kit that we've seen. What should I even... Should I put this in here somewhere? Can we put it in something we have? It has to go in a helmet, huh? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Nothing great. I don't dare open these cars because I don't really know what's going to happen if we do. So, cool. We did what we came here for. I actually took on this place a lot more than I thought I would, to be completely frank with you. So now let's actually make it to the trader and see what he's got. Maybe sell off some of the stuff we just picked up. And yeah, maybe we'll come back here for the cop cars. So let's go ahead and put a mark. It's honestly been a minute since we've been in here to the trader, so maybe he's actually got the books that I need. Oh my god, yes. Thank you. 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 You're a godsend, my friend. You are amazing. That's really all I had for you. I don't have anything too crazy. But do you have antibiotics, you have a lockpick, you have honey, you have a crucible, but it doesn't look like he has any sort of ammo. So this actually might be a bad choice, but I'm going to buy the iron spear just because I feel like it's going to help us a little bit. It does a little bit more than really all of our weapons. It does 20, whereas I think everything aside from the sun baton does less than 20. So I think that's going to be okay. We've now learned how to make the forge, which means we can actually get some ammo crafting going, I believe, right? I don't think they're really... No, we need a workbench for that. And that's not until 10. We're halfway there. The grind doesn't stop. Okay. Unfortunately, he didn't have any ammo for us, but fortunately, he had our forged magazine that we needed. That's a start. That's a start. Honestly, I'll take that over nothing. Now is the time that we need to actually prepare for the worst and hope that we can actually survive this in some capacity. I really wish that I could see some animals of like any variety. I'll even take on a bear at this moment, to be completely frank, because like I got nothing. Did I already check this? I think I did. This feels like a thing that I've done. And boom, we're home. We've got a bunch of stuff. We got a decent amount of stuff. We can make the forge. How do I make it? Cobblestone, wood, log, leather, duct tape, short pipe. That's actually super cheap. And we can make the forge. Let's wait for the last one to craft. And now we can make 2 forges. And just like that, we have 2 forges. Let me smack these out of the way. Can go there. And then we can even throw a little chest in between the two. Boom. That's simple. Now we've got forges. We can actually do, not like more necessarily, but we can actually do slightly more. We're going to keep the dukes in our pocket because I'm actually going to use them to buy whatever food that I need left. We've got 3 more cornbread in here. That should get us back up to 70%, which is great. We've got the last 2 here, and then we got this. Let's give us about 12 minutes. Let's cook up the rest of that. Let's also cook up this corn, so let's cancel that, to be honest with you, and then cook up the corn, and then cook up the water. And I think that's really all that we can expect. I'm going to take all of the bombs. I'm going to take that, the nomad outfit, all of our shotgun rounds, even though it's not going to really make a difference. I would like to make the tier 4 pipe machine gun. Glue, grab the cloth, and then we'll make, what is it? Oh, it's not even duct tape, it's just glue. And then we need the pipes. Craft the rest of those. I think we're looking good, honestly. If I'm going to lead you astray, I would tell you we're probably gonna survive. I'm almost guaranteeing we're gonna survive. It's not gonna be that bad, hopefully. I'm not super confident that we're gonna be able to make it through this, but I'm semi-confident, which, you know, should account for something. That should mean something to somebody, right? That I'm fairly confident. I'm gonna stick my sword in, or my shovel in there. I'll also shove the lockpicks, the dukes, and then we'll stick the resources back in the resource box. Stick this back down with the bones. Let me collect my thoughts and figure out if there's anything else that we need. The one thing that I just realized I forgot is some actual, like, protection above us. Because right now, if a bird was to get up here, oh, they'd have no problems taking me out. They'd have no problems, no issues whatsoever. So I need to actually make some adjustments. I think it looks horrible. I don't have time. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. Oops, that's not even the right thing. Yeah, so we'll just have this open gap here, I guess. And what I'll do to prevent anything from hitting me is to just build like that all the way out and across. It looks horrible. It looks horrible. But you know what? I would rather have this than a freaking spider jumping on me. Cool. And then I just made some traps. So we'll go ahead and go boop, 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 bing, bow, boop, oop, bink, up, up. Well, can we make any more? No, we can't. And guess what? We're out of wood. Let me go grab some more. I believe for the most part, we are all set, right? I think we're pretty good. We're set and good and ready to go. Again, for the most part, to actually get this thing underway. I think in the time that I'm just going to be sitting here doing really nothing, to be honest, I'm going to go ahead and take this out. It's probably going to take me a while, so stand by. Cool, cool, cool. Copy rotation and rotate. Oh, well, damn. That's okay. Honestly, I'll take this. Whoops. Cool. I think that's fine. I mean, it looks a little awkward, but honestly, it could be worse. I'm also actually going to run out and grab a little bit more wood. mainly because I want to put a door here just so that nothing tries to climb in there. I highly doubt anything will, but just in case, I would rather be safe than sorry. And door has been placed. And with that, I can place this last few things here. I can also run out. Oh, 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 for sure. And place that spike right there. And with that, I think we are ready to go. I don't think that we have anything left that we need to do aside from reload all of our weapons and prepare for the worst. I'll see you guys in about an hour. Everything is about to get underway. Unfortunately, I'm running into some headphone issues and they keep disconnecting. So I'm really hoping that this doesn't come to bite me in the ass. I've actually got them plugged in, and here come the Hoard. It looks like they're all spawning in from the north, which should be okay for us. I think we should be fine. We're going to start out with, oh, the spear just obliterating them. Oh, I meant to take a coffee real quick. Hi, bud. Hi, bud. Can you please just mind your business? Mind your business elsewhere. I'm really curious why they're banging on the stuff out there. Like, why would I'm not entirely sure why that would be a thing. I'm not getting any good stamina usage out of the spear, so let's just proceed with the knife because that's what we're spec'd into. And if worse comes to worse, we'll pull something else out. Okay. So far, so good. It's getting loud as shit. I'm seeing an issue right here. I want to swap the pistol over so that I can go like that anytime they just get flopped down. I can make sure they get fully taken care of. Nice. See, the nice thing about having this and not having any spots for them to fall, or sorry, to stand really, means that I can just pop them, and if they get even more than one deep, they just all kind of fall, which is super nice and efficient. Nice, nice. Just use some bullets there. Honestly, I think we're going to be okay. The only thing that I'm worried about, and I had to make an adjustment down low, is the pillar that we're standing on had a lot of damage, and that's not good for us. Honestly, maybe the walls just need to be removed from over there. I don't think they're necessary, to be honest with you. Okay. I can hear them hitting down below. Yeah. So once we get this little quick wave taken care of, I'm gonna look down, maybe. These are glancing blows. That's why they're not really doing a whole lot. Okay. Get you down and taken care of. Yeah, I don't like that. Oh. See, look at them just over there being little nuisances. I don't like using the pistol, but if I need to, I will. Terrifying nightmare fuel. Okay. So it looks like it's this spot right there that I need to swing in. For the knife, it seems like it's no problem. I don't really have any glancing blows happening. you see that spark? I don't know what that was about. Can they hit me? I don't think they can. Yeah, that's what I wanted to avoid. But I think it's because they're falling immediately right. Oh, thank you for the loot. That was super nice. I think it's because they're falling and immediately just dropping right there. And that's where they're doing their damage. Yeah. That's okay. Honestly, I could just take pop shots from here. Did I make it? Sure did. And it doesn't seem like they can hit me from here. So that's actually really nice. This is actually a little bit more secure than I thought it was. Because, you know, with most bases that I make, I've always got one sort of flaw. And that is usually the zombies can hit me at some point, right? At some juncture, they're able to actually do some damage, and that's kind of, that's not great, but you know, it's somewhat inevitable. You know what I mean? Oh, missed it. But I think this one, somehow the mixture of the not fence, but the bars and then that double, they can't really hit me. And if this was a little bit thinner, I think we would maybe have something to work with a little bit better in terms of swinging. But honestly, if I'm being honest here, this is better than I could have hoped. I do have to periodically look down though. Oh shit, okay. There we go. I didn't reload the shotgun somehow. That's okay. That's okay. Interesting. Oh. That was an absolute miss. Okay. I think I figured out my headphone issue, which is phenomenal. It means that I'm not going to miss out if a zombie ends up breaking in behind me. I'll hear them. Oh. Oh. I'm doing damage to it too. That one actually hit me. Okay. And she's going to... Nice. I think if I ever make this base again, it's 100% going to have a pit underneath it to drop them at least, what, it's like 20 or so blocks down, and then they can no longer hit you, or they no longer go into destroy everything mode. Just drop that down there for... No. So honestly, this is only for knives. It's a little too narrow, I guess, for anything other than knives. Which makes sense. But you see what I mean? This block prevents them from just climbing through, which is, I think, the best case scenario that we can ask for here. Let me reload. And while they're down there, I only got one kill out of that. That's a little disappointing. Super successful. I actually really like the dropping method where they kind of just fall down and they can't really bunch up, mainly because it does this, where I can deal with maybe 1 to 2, upwards of maybe even 3 zombies at a time, and then they just cycle back up, go back up the ladder, and they come back to me. Just like so. Fortunately, I don't think this part of the base will ever fall. If anything, this front part of the base will fall if they break that pillar. Which I don't believe they will. I reinforced it with 2 other blocks, so they'd have to break all 3 in order to actually demolish this. Okay. How are we looking on damage? Pretty decent, if I'm being honest. Have they done damage here? I'm sure they did damage to the block above, but I can't really reach it, so. I think these are the last 4 or 5 zombies. Maybe not. I think I was wrong. Yeah, I was definitely wrong. Somebody's swinging on my base somewhere else. It's very nice to know that they'll swing on it for a little bit, but they won't sit there and just hammer on it. They'll eventually move on. Okay. You're a little too short there, aren't you, Arlene? Naturally, I'm a little bit hungry, but I'm pretty sure we are wrapping up everything as we speak. So I don't think we'll have any issues here. Let me open it. Let me open it. Oh, you suck. Only got a few bullets left, which is totally fine. And honestly, with bladed weapons, I can get them to bleed. They'll fall down, And then I think the ones that are bleeding won't go into destroy everything mode because it'll do damage to them. I think that's how that works at least. I'm not entirely sure. Nice. Okay. I think Arlene is the only zombie that causes me issues because she's short and I can't actually like hit her. But that's okay. Okay, they're still spawning in. We should be on the home stretch now, though. It looks like I've got a broken block there, probably from shooting. And then a broken block just next to that. See, come on. Let me get your scalp. And from what I can tell, it looks like there may be only one block broken, and I think it's that one circle pillar right below the bag, or right next to the bag. Second from the bottom. Is that it? I hear more damage happening somewhere. I'm gonna have to go up on the roof to see if I can find it. From the sounds of it, it sounds like they're over on the back wall or on the other side of that fire truck. I'm not really in a position to actually go out there and try to fight them, but I'm pretty sure there's only one left, and it's gonna be in the backyard. Yep, they just destroyed the fire truck. There. See? Okay. I don't know if that was the last one, but I'm not hearing anything. Oh, there's still this one that's stuck inside the wall. And I think that's it. Let's get out onto this wall real quick and see if we can't scout the scene. Yeah. And that was our first Hoard night. I think it was a rounding success. I'm kind of a fan of this, but it makes it very difficult if you're using anything other than guns and knives. I guess in anything that has like a small hitbox radius, so a knife, maybe. I didn't really have any issues with the iron spear, but you've really only got from here to about here of space. So just this space right here is all that you can really do. So it's a little bit difficult, but I think the idea here is that we can move this and make it smaller. Go with something that's about this size. So if we copy this, whoops, maybe that size, or honestly, even, I think we can go even smaller and go 0.125. Maybe this would do the same thing. Yeah, I think it'd be at least a little bit better. Okay. I think that should just about do it. I'm going to drop most of my stuff off in this. We honestly didn't even need really most of what I took here, which is awesome. Great problem to have. But I'd rather be overly prepared than not prepared at all. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the base, collect all of the loot, and then I will catch you guys in the morning. It is now the morning of day 8. I'm going to make this short and sweet because it's going to go at the end of the video. I just kind of want to go over the destruction that we've seen and kind of I think what the base is missing. So I thought that there was going to be any sort of jumpers. There wasn't. So that's kind of a we didn't really need all that. But weirdly enough, most of the damage on this side is all to these wooden pieces here. And I think that's just it's kind of just what happens when you make things out of wood. So we could probably knock this down. It's not really necessary. Turn this to cobblestone so they have a solid place to walk back and forth. And then weirdly enough, I think that we should even make some of this cobblestone. Because I think when they're falling here, they're turning around and smacking this stuff. So replacing all that with cobblestone. I think I'm hitting this bush. I think would be the best play because none of this really, none of it really got touched down here. So they're not even turning and attacking this spot. They're only attacking this side. Which, if we look, we were about to basically lose this whole entire support pillar, which I don't, truth be told, I don't really know what that's going to do. I don't know if this is integral to the actual base building component, but it's clear that we're going to need something a little bit stronger or just some traps down here so that they aren't just falling and immediately breaking stuff, because this was not great, not the best looking stuff, and it was all 3 of these blocks were just broken. So we can go ahead and replace this, build it back up, and good as new. Maybe what we could do is take off all of this front stuff for where the actual fire station is. So we don't necessarily need to take out that, but taking out that radiator, taking out this light, and connecting it in some way to the building there would probably do the most for support and stability. But all in all, not that bad down here. In terms of loot, we actually got some decent stuff. We got a full return on our 9mm ammo. We got almost a full return, basically a full return, maybe even half, on our 7.62. A bunch of shotgun shells. I think I still had like 30 something left, so like 60, 80, 60 or 70 more. We got a ton of brass and a bunch of books. None of them are really super astounding. We find more lead in trash and stuff like that. Sledgehammers, which I don't really care for sledgehammers. The hunting mod, despite us never seeing any animals. A few vehicle books, which I'm not entirely sure. Where are we on the vehicles? So we still need 9 more to even make a mini bike, which is kind of crazy, but if we go up in Grease Monkey, we'll increase our odds, but that's not really, worth it. I think I'm going to go into advanced engineering. Boost up to crafting level 15. I don't know what that means. But yeah, we got a few things. Nothing really super standout-ish. I would say aside from the ammo was phenomenal. Oh, we only had 2 bullets left. Never mind. We got a full return on all of our ammo. And then we also got another preacher hat, so we can go ahead and sell that. It's not really worth a whole lot, but it'll do something for us. And before I let you guys go, we have a bunch of points to spend. So what I'm thinking is we go into advanced engineering. That's a great benefit to the forges. We can craft cheaper glue, and it boosts our odds for finding the workstation books. So I think I should just look at this from now on and see what this actually gives us, or at least what points we should go into to get better odds. As for everything else, I'm thinking we go 1 more point into agility, which allows us to go 1 more point into deep cuts. I'm actually going to go into minor 69er and then another one into mother load, and that's all of our points. So now we should, fingers crossed, get a bit more of a return on our investment when it comes to getting a workbench. We only need 3 more, so I think this week we should focus most of our sights on finding other buildings that are like this with construction, and or some more vehicle places like dealerships and stuff like that. But I think this week we're also going to venture out a little bit more. I know we've got this town here, but I want to follow this road out to the west and see what's over there, and maybe even follow this road to the south or the east and see what we have over there, and kind of branch out to find a larger city, because I think that's what we need right now. We need a working stiff tools. We want to find better anything so that we can, do the best we can and survive. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys were able to hang out with me for this horde night, and it wasn't actually super overwhelming. I was a little afraid that we would be a little underprepared, but it turns out we were overprepared, if anything, and prepared just enough if we're being, good. So I will catch you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a good one.